There are a few ways. One of the ways are underneath my pillar on my platform known as unity. I think that the essence of student government being connected to the student body is the beginnings of a greater and more closely tied Aggie family. Means of doing so, one of which is somewhat idealistic but worth giving a try, is forming a consistently used survey website or polling website and discussion board, similar to taking ideas from TexAgs or other options and getting a chance for students to submit feedback regularly on issues where it's updated and they can go to. But likeliness is most students aren't going to visit that on a regular basis. So when a major issue comes up and student opinion needs to be sought out, then they can have advertisements on Facebook or through NEO accounts in which they can come and check out the website. That's just one of many ways. Along with that, student government communication needs to expand and grow. This is the beginnings of something in building that relationship between SGA and the student body. They need to be out speaking to organizations more and seeking their advice through short surveys and through regular updates of what's going on in student government. And on top of all of that, the student body president himself must be willing to get out of coldness and form relationships with student leaders and build forums, meetings, meals, everything in which student leaders are brought in, issues are discussed, their opinions are asked for, presented, heard, and then vocalized by the student body president to the administration.
I agree. The student body president needs to be out and available to all students. But I think one of the keys to communicating with students and getting the idea of how students are feeling and what they think is the idea that I began with at the beginning, is the fact that our student government, when you have a problem in Greek life, I don't want you to come talk to the person that represents the student body, the student government with Greek life, vice versa. I want you to be able to talk to someone that is within your organization, someone that has come over from that organization and has experience, not necessarily just with SGA, but has experience in your organization and is a veteran of your organization. They can sit there and in the morning when I walk into Coldest is there right at the right side to be able to talk to me and tell me exactly what is their input on stuff. I don't want just token individuals from different parts of campus. I want people that are involved across campus, people that don't just have to, don't just come within one certain group and just have experience with SGA and know how to run SGA, but people that can give me information on things across campus. And I think that begins with the fact that we need to relook at how we structure our SGA altogether. We need to look at how we have the people that have the student body presidents here and how they're paced and how they're assembled and in what form they serve here at Texas A&M.
Leaders in different areas of campus and building that communication and how to do it. I agree that the student body president shouldn't have people that other people have to go to talk to. I think that the student body president himself should be out there speaking with them. I think that forums could be built regularly with college councils, with class councils, with Hispanic Presidents Council, with Black Student Advisory Council, with a wide range of groups that are umbrella organizations that have plenty of students underneath them, to where the leaders of those very organizations are who are talking regularly with the student body president and have an open line of communication. But as Connor stated, it shouldn't just be select students and select student groups that are able to vocalize their opinion. And in so doing, I think the student body president needs to be out speaking regularly, very similar to campaign, to student organizations. But on top of that, the student government communication team can be out forming those relationships with organizations so that if they have an issue, they have a go-to person immediately that they can get to, so that a wider spread group. To do this, you're going to have to increase your people that are participating in communication in student government, but also with a passion to get back out to the students.
One of the keys to diversity on campus is looking at it from all angles. We're up 11% in students that are of minorities that are applying to Texas A&M. It's key to getting in here now. It's looking at the problems that we have right now in our atmosphere at Texas A&M and what's not attracting them. Hate crimes on Northgate. It's making sure that anywhere we go that students are welcome here, whether that means majors that are not offered here, whether that means that we do need to address, like I said, hate crimes on Northgate, and things to that effect. We have so many resources at our disposal as it is right now. The Corps Cadets currently has an exchange program. We have Korean students that come, South Korean students that come over here and learn what it takes to be military officers. And I think programs like that need to be utilized and need to be marketed out to the rest of the state and to the nation, and show that we do have a great and diverse atmosphere here. There's been a lot of progress at Texas A&M, and there's been a lot of headway made, but we need to make sure that we maintain it.
The best way to keep diversity as an issue that is being heard by the student government is by utilizing student government to help better the situation that diversity is in currently at this university. The means of doing so are first in bringing students here, and then once they're here, building us into a more welcoming environment at this place. Bringing students here, we have a wonderful recruitment process. We're a merit-based university in which race is not even considered on your application, but we've done some wonderful means of recruiting from urban areas and from southern Texas areas, but currently it's being done by adults. We need to get students involved in that process. We need to get student leaders and regular students back down to their hometowns saying, this is a place where we want you to come because we want to make it a better place and we need your help in doing so. So we need to get students involved, and that's something that's certainly attainable. Along with that, as far as making everyone feel more welcomed once they're here, there's a few means of doing so. After the video came out, one of the big initiatives that was pressed for was an improvement of the curriculum in intercultural and diversity courses, IC&Ds. We already have to take them. That's your Theater Arts 101, that's your anthropologies. That's the classes you have to take to get the credits out of the way. But currently, they're not doing very much to educate diversity or to build conversation in them. So student government needs to be working with the Faculty Senate to improve the curriculum so where students are vocalizing their needs and also working together with them to do so. And then form, as Dr. Guerrero, the Vice President of Diversity suggested, form a committee in which students and faculty work together to check up on those curriculums and to keep them improving as years go by. Along with that, new student conferences, due to the video and the initiatives that were pressed afterwards, are going to involve diversity education. What Dr. Guerrero also suggested was getting students involved in that diversity education. This is another means of student government keeping diversity an issue that needs to be worked on. Students can be involved in that this very summer, but we have to get to work fast at drawing students into it. And finally, the SGA diversity team that already exists within student government needs to be utilized to a greater extent. There's tons of potential in it to do more than just education or through just a symposium. I think there's potential to go to greater heights. They just need funding, or not necessarily just funding, but people and a passion from the student body president that gives them the chance to pursue greater goals. And that's what I would love to do. I also think the student advocate for diversity should be considered on most every topic that's brought up.
Thank you. I think more than just a student advocate for diversity that's considered on every topic is it goes back to the basics, the basic idea of the people that are actually making those decisions, not just the student advocate for diversity is the only diverse person in a group. The group itself needs to be diverse so that you don't always have to just go to the student advocate for diversity. You can go to your entire EC, and the ideas that are going to come out of that group are from people that are experienced in a wide variety of income, race, and majors as far as where they come from at Texas A&M and their experience at Texas A&M. We finally got Arabic and Mandarin taught here at Texas A&M, but we need to expand those processes. We need to expand those programs. We've got study abroads that are on the rise. It's time for us to push into independent studies. We're way behind other universities in these types of areas, in these types of diversity roles and diversity education that we have here at Texas A&M. And it's time that we get serious and work towards those goals and work towards expanding those programs.
Expanding on the use of the student advocate for diversity. They have a wonderful role, and Connor's completely right in saying that there needs to be a diversity of thought, experience, and past that are built into the executive council team. But the student advocate for diversity has a wonderful responsibility in vocalizing the concerns that aren't normally considered by someone of the student body president or by the majority group of students on campus. And so they need to be utilized to a greater extent. They need to be questioned on a lot of things. But on top of all of that goes back to a greater connection between SGA and the student body. Students need to be submitting their opinions. So there's a very wide range of opinion that's flowing into student government. So the student advocate for diversity just has one part and a greater goal.
Next question.